What's up, Ham Radio? KE8PZN, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy here. Welcome to Hump Day Happy Hour. How's everybody doing tonight? I see the chat's lighting up a little bit. Covain, he's out there. Brian, 85GI. Looks like Joe Brett's out there. Who else we got out here tonight? Keith's in the chat. Logan Club, William Collins, 22 Mile Prepper. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody had a great holiday. My audio sound okay? I'm not used to being on here alone. I'm used to being able to hear somebody. But I had a great weekend. Joseph Collins, what's up, buddy? Had a great weekend. I did a Pota camping trip, and we're going to talk all about that. Thank you for the audio report there, Joseph. We're going to tell you all about that, but first we'll do the crazy YouTube crap. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, you're absolutely crazy because this show is just awesome. Make sure and subscribe. Click that notification bell. Smash the like button. Follow us on social media. If you want to hit that tip jar to give us a little support, maybe give us some gas money to do some parks on the air or whatever, hey, I love you for it. Also, Patreon went live last Friday. Do daily updates on there. And there's 3 different tiers. The bottom tier is basically just support, but the top 2 tiers get you a lot of stuff. So you might want to check it out and hook up on Patreon. So I hope everybody had a great holiday weekend. Like I said, I myself went on a camping Pota trip. It was I went camping with with my family, but I definitely did some Pota while I was there. I did some hiking, did some mountain biking. I filmed probably 2 videos that'll be coming out on the channel. One of them, which I cannot wait, it'll be the activation of Kilo. Let me get this right so I don't tell you all wrong here. Kilo 1798, Babcock State Park. I actually activated it twice while I was on the camping trip. But the very first one, what's up, John Hamill? The very first time I activated it, I did film it. I got footage from pretty much the whole activation, but I'm doing it a little bit different. I got a lot of good footage of the park. A lot of beautiful sights, and had a lot of time doing that one. Like I said, I did some hiking while I was there. I actually pulled out the mountain bike and did a little bit of mountain biking. I haven't did that since my adventure racing days, so whooped my butt a little bit, but it's what I need. I need to start getting a little bit more in shape and stuff like that for some soda activations and stuff like that. So I'm going to start doing a lot more mountain biking. I've been trying to figure out some sort of system to where I can mountain bike and ham radio at the same time. Maybe even doing an activation while doing a trail. That would have to be a 2-meter activation for sure. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. Also did a little bit of boating. Not with my kayak, unfortunately. I didn't take that. But we rented a couple of paddle boats and went out on the lake there for a little bit. Kids had a lot of fun. But most importantly, my favorite part of the whole weekend was, first let me tell you the parks that I activated while I was there. First day I did 1798 Babcock State Park, like I told you. The second day, it pretty much rained most of the day. I did a little bit of hunting from the park, but I wasn't going to fool with the activating because it was just real spotty. The third day, I activated Kilo 7036, which was Bury Mountain Wildlife Management Area, and also K1815, which was Little Beaver State Park. And then the fourth day, I did a late shift on Babcock again, 1798. And on that late shift, what's up, anime? I hate if I'm missing anybody. Just stick your name in that chat a bunch more, and I will give y'all shout outs for sure. But that late shift was a really awesome activation because my 4-year-old grandson actually came out there and sat on my lap, and I mean, I was having a pile up. I actually did 150 some contacts in an hour and hour and 30, hour and 40 minutes, something like that. But he was wanting to talk on the radio. So when I would get an activator that was really good and clear, and one of an activator that I would possibly know a little bit, I'd say, hold for your signal report from a 4-year-old, and I'd tell him what to say. And he sat there and he talked to Delaware, he talked to New York, he talked to several places, and it just excited him to death. But that's getting the youth into radio. Start them early. Start them 4 years old, and he was making some HF contacts. And he's already talked to me. He wants to do it again. So we're gonna probably do a daytime activation, and I'm gonna do some footage of him and stuff. I didn't get footage that night. His mom tried to get some footage, but it was kind of dark there in the campground, and but it was really, really awesome. So if there's anybody in the chat that actually talked to him, I appreciate you guys. I know Steve might be out there from New York, but if not, he'll catch it on replay. I'm sure he's always a big supporter of the channel. Actually, let me get his Twitter for you guys. And first off, have you followed Ham Radio Adventure Guy on Twitter? If not, why not? But his Twitter, he all the time is posting. He will catch us. He will catch me when I'm doing Parks on the Air, and he'll actually do a little screen share of his radio somehow. I don't know how he does it, and plays my audio through it and then sticks it on Twitter. Really cool stuff. I love when he does it. He'll normally tag me in it. But let's get his call sign. I feel bad for not remembering it. I've known Steve forever. But let's see here. Where you at, Steve? How about you guys? Anybody do any great radio stuff this weekend? I hope so. Got a lot of new stuff coming up for the channel. I'm still working on the Pota Roundtable live stream. Joseph Collins, you can't use Twitter. Well, I mean, come on. If you can use your smartphone, you should be able to use Twitter. It's not that bad. Evan, what's up? I'll give you a shout out, man. What's going on, buddy? I heard you've been hitting up a lot of channels trying to figure out what antenna you're putting up and stuff. And I cannot find his Twitter right now to save my soul. Anyway, here it is. It's N3XTF. And his name is Steve. And you guys should check him out on Twitter. He's a really good guy. Actually, he worked me that night, and he talked to my grandson. I don't remember who told me that, Evan. I just remember somebody was talking about it. He talked to my grandson, and then later that night, one of my friends from here in West Virginia was trying to get me, and I guess I was bouncing over him. And then he started calling CQ on a different frequency, and Steve talked to him for like 30 minutes. So shout out to Steve, making contacts with all my friends. That's right, Evan. People be talking. What's up, Mike N6IMY? Anyway, so did those 4 parks while I was at the camping trip. Um, like I said, the last one was like 150 some contacts. I did one early morning one, which was really, really good. I think that was the first wildlife management area. I did, I don't know, 70 or 80 contacts there in the early morning. The midday one was absolutely horrible. The band just wasn't cooperating. Of course, I got the activation because I'm the Pota. That's right, Mike. If you watch this on replay, the Pota is coming after you. But I think I only got 12 or 13 contacts for that one. But it was a great weekend for Parks on the Air. There was a lot of stations doing Parks on the Air that weekend. I know that I got all kinds of. I seen the word brownies in the chat. Sorry guys, but I got to see what they're talking about here. Oh, they're talking. Wild Cascadia is talking about a background. I thought she's talking about actual brownies. Speaking of brownies, if you guys don't know the challenge that I put out to Dixie DX Cat, I challenged her that if she does not take her general test and pass it by the end of September, she has to drive to West Virginia and bring me some of her homemade brownies. So that's the challenge. I'm not 100% sure she's accepted it, but I just like to lay down the challenge anyway. We know I'll talk smack to anybody a little bit. My challenge is still out to K8MRD. Mike, you need to give me a shot. You know, we did this the very first live stream Ham Radio Adventure Guy did was Mike and Shane talking about their photo competition, and I told them I want the winner. So Mike won, and I did go on to the clubhouse and call him out, and I'm going to continue calling him out until we compete, just because I like to compete. I was making it into California there, Joseph. That's pretty cool, man. I like to hear that. Evidently, I was making it into California just above the noise on Sunday. I know Joseph's been trying to get his West Virginia call, and hopefully he'll get it soon. And hopefully it's actually me. He put me in his ham alert, so he probably. Joseph, did you get an alert for today? I did a park today as well. I don't remember the kilo number. Got about 50 parks there after 50 contacts today after work, and then I headed home and started getting ready for the live stream and stuff like that. Not enough to make the contact. I'm gonna have to get my super station out, I guess, and reach California. I've worked California a few times while I've been out in the park, and I've worked. I mean, actually, I've worked when I'm in the park. I've had most of the states work for me. I've had Hawaii, I've had Alaska, I've had California, but when I'm trying to hunt them, nah, you can forget it. No, actually, Joseph says I got to ham harder to get to him in California. Actually, Joseph, you got to ham harder to get to me. All right, let's see what else we got here. Dwayne says him and Doug did a dual activation Sunday. It was a fun time. Yeah, if anybody, I'll tell you what, if anybody did any cool stuff this weekend, radio stuff, and you want to come on and talk about it tonight, we can come on and talk. You can come on and talk. I'm all cool with that, because that's all I'm doing tonight is just chit-chatting a little bit about the holiday weekend and what we did. So anybody who wants to, just drop the link in the chat, and you can pop in here and talk about what you did this weekend. I do have some big guests coming up that I'm trying to work on. I'm not going to drop the names yet. I got some big people supposedly coming in the next couple weeks for live streams. So, Evan, if you want to come on and BS, come on and BS. Just keep it clean. We're a clean channel over here. What's going on, Mike KD2SXD? Anyway, so we're still working on our goals. We got I had 100 parks left to do when I started in August. At the beginning of August, I had 100 parks left in West Virginia to activate by the end of the year, which meant I had to do 20 a month, 20 in August, 20 in September, and so on. I surpassed that by 7 or 8 parks in August, so I've got a little bit of buffer. But I'm already on track for September to hit at least 20 again. It's five a week. The problem is they're all the further parks away from me. You know, anything close to me, I've worked many times. I want to start working my local park again a little bit. I did get the repeat offender in it, and I've got the kilo, but I was thinking I want to go ahead and get, I think it's called the Fox Den for the double repeat offender, and start on another kilo, because I've got several people who hunt me regularly that are really close to repeat offenders for hunting that park. So I want to make sure and give them the chance to get that. Brian Duddy, he's really close to a repeat offender. He's also really close to a operator to operator with me. And Joseph N3 XLS from Pennsylvania, he's really close to operator to operator and a repeat offender there. So I definitely want to start working that again. But the main thing is the goal, to get every state park in West Virginia, well, every Parks on the Air park in West Virginia activated by the end of the year. Because like I said when I started, I only started activating parks on March the 21st of this year, and it's just become my obsession. And I figure March the 21st, so take away the first 3 months of the year. So I'm almost doing it in 3/4 of a year to get every park in there. Joseph Collins had a few with November 2 Bravo Tango Delta. Yeah, Brian Duddy. Yeah, he actually worked me this evening. I'm going to say he's four or less from operator to operator with me. I've worked him close to 50 times. Well, I've probably worked him over 50 times, but it doesn't count if I'm doing park to park or I'm hunting him. He has to actually hunt me to 50 times to get the operator to operator. But he's really close. Actually, when he gets to operator, I'm going to bring him on the new live stream, the Knights of the Pota table, and talk with him. Plasma Storm, what's going on? And you know, if you guys know any people that you really look up to in Parks on the Air, and you want to see them on the Knights of the Pota table, make sure and hit it up in Discord or message me any way you want to, and we'll get them on the show. 6 times, huh, Joseph? You need to ham harder. He's on there 24/7, man. Have you did any activations, Joseph? Anyway, Hey, Dwayne, if you want to come on or anything and talk about your double activation with Dwayne, you can. Joseph, you've done 3 activations, 1 in California and 2 in Arizona. Hey, that's 2 states that I still need to do them in, buddy. That's another goal that I've got going on. I want to do, but it's definitely not going to be in this year. I want to activate a park in every state. So that's, probably a couple years off for sure. Anyway, I got some new reviews coming up. I'm going to review this is the Alpha Delta monoband antenna. It is for 20 meter, and I'm going to be doing a review on that coming up very soon. I'm also talking with a few more people about possibly doing some reviews for them. So, because you guys seem to like the review video. I know my Eagle 1 video gets like a ton. Like when I look at my analytics and stuff like that, in the it shows me back like 28 days, and that thing was one of the earlier videos I did, and it stays in the top still. So also the video that I shot for the activation at the park this weekend, I really think you guys are going to enjoy that a lot. It's sort of like a bazooka. It's a little bit different. I'm going to throw it up, and I'm going to make it a inverted V when I do it. So did anybody do any radio this weekend at all? Joe Brett, you still out there in the chat? I know you did some radio. You can come on and tell me about your little Pota experience if you're still out there. I know he went and did a activation with a local group to him. It was their first time doing a Pota, and he went and shot some footage of that. He might not want to talk about it because he's going to do a video on his channel. Oh Lord, Joseph said he's going to come on after he grabs another beer. That's going to be scary. Grab 2 more, Joseph. Anime played with antenna, and there was a radio around. Does that count? Sorta. It's not quite as fun. I like to play with the antennas and stuff like that, but it's a lot more fun to be on the radio. There's just nothing like working what's going on, Gary? There's nothing like working the Pota pile up for me. So that's kind of my obsession. Like I literally, when I get done with the activation, I want to lay down the mic and just go. All righty, here we go. What's going on, Joseph?
What's up, man? How's it going?
It's going great, man. You do any radio this weekend?
Just chasing.
Just chasing. First off, did you have a 3-day weekend?
Yeah.
Excellent. I hope everybody had a 3-day weekend. What's up, Andy? Good to see you, Andy. You're not first on my channel again, man. It's just Andy is first on every channel I know, and he's never first on mine. So you're
on top of it, man.
He's going to have to get on the ball with the ham radio adventure first. Yeah, VIP in the house. I agree, Keith. How many stations you worked this weekend, Joseph?
Decent amount. Radio was, for me, my noise level is pretty high. I think I was typing in the chat earlier. My noise level is pretty high. So during the day, I can only really make 20 meters work. 40s, I got like S7 noise floor. So I don't really hear too much of anything. But then at nighttime, 40 opens up over here, and I was able to get quite a bit of contact. So I think over the weekend, I probably got like 20 or plus. I mean, which in comparison to some people is not a lot, but it's a decent amount for me. I mean, I think. Go ahead.
Like I know a few hunters, man. I mean, I love to hunt. I like to activate way more, but I started as a hunter. That's how I got my start, and I love to hunt. And I think I'm doing really good if I get 20 parks in a day. And I've got a friend of mine, and if he only gets 20 in a day, he's just ticked off. I mean, I'm like, my.
Dude, listening to the guy that was on, I don't remember his call sign. I think his name is Vance. That was on K8MRD's video I think it's like November 5 Hotel Alpha. That guy had like over 1,000 contacts or something in a month. It's like, dude, I've been at it 10 months and I got like 200, making me feel inadequate as hell.
I believe that because I mean, I can almost guarantee you that if I call CQ, I'm going to hear November 2 Hotel Alpha. Yeah. And there's also I think it's a Kilo 5 Hotel Alpha that comes in just about. I mean, I call them the Hotel Alpha brothers, even though one's from Pennsylvania and one's from Missouri. They're both in there all the time, And then, like we was talking about, Brian and Joseph, both of them come in a lot. So.
Yeah, I mean, I get. I've talked to Brian. Like I said, I got him in the log 6 times. I looked it up when you were talking about him. And there's another guy on Kilo Bravo 2 Fox Mike Hotel, KB2 FMH, that he activates from New York, and then he does stuff though. I mean, I'm here at like 8 o'clock at night on the playing radio, and he'll come up on the spots, and it's like, dude, you're in New York. It's like 11 o'clock at night, but that's when I can hear him. Most of you guys, like, if you pull up my my awards and stuff, it's literally pretty much everything on the East Coast except like New York. I mean, I still need like New Jersey, Connecticut, Delaware, Rhode Island, West Virginia, Georgia, like a whole bunch of them. So it's interesting seeing, the pattern your antenna gets out. And like I said, I heard you, but it was like, it was like Kilo Echo 8 pop, and it would like fade out, and then you would come back up and fade out, and it was just, you were just above my noise floor. And it was one of those things where I literally, after hearing that, I got frustrated with my noise floor, and I went right to Palomar Engineers and bought that choke. So let's hope it works.
Yeah, I was going to say, have you ever tried to narrow down your noise floor and stuff? I've been playing a little bit with that in my shack, and what got me playing with it is, I've got my radio sitting right here, and then I've got my tuner right here, and normally my laptop will be sitting right beside of it, and it doesn't bother it. But my battery was running low the other day, and I happened to grab the charger in, and I stuck it in there. And the second I stuck the charger in the laptop, I literally watched it, boom, and heard, and I pulled it back out, and it go right back down. I put it back in. I was like, something as simple as a laptop charger. So yeah, I mean,
I wish I did the thing where I put ferrites on everything. I mean, the USB cable to the radio's got a ferrite. The charging cable has a ferrite right next to the laptop. Plus, it has one on the other side of the cord. My power supply, I got ferrites on. My power cord to my radio, I put ferrites on. I mean, I put ferrites on everything. And honestly, I can go kill the main power to my house, and my noise floor stays the same because I got a ton of AGM batteries because I work at a wheelchair place, so I can take those things home whenever I want. So I got like 3 of them sitting over here. So I plugged the radio into that, and I went and killed the breaker at my house, and the noise floor didn't move. And so I did the trick. I don't remember what channel I was watching, but they said if you unscrew the outside of the coax and just put the center pin in, that you can kind of get an idea if you have any common mode current. And when I pull out the coax and I just have the center pin in there, my noise floor drops like 4 S units. So I got a ton of common mode current coming in off of my vertical. It's a DX Commander. So I only have like a 25-foot run of coax, but apparently that's enough of a combination to get a decent amount of common low current. So like I said, I ordered that thing from Palomar this weekend. They already shipped it. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. So hopefully I can hook that up, and hopefully it'll drop a couple S units, and that'll hopefully make the difference. Because I mean, if I had 1 or 2 S units better, I could have made a contact with you. I mean, you were right. You were right there in the noise, like coming up, dropping down, coming up, dropping down. It was like, God, man.
And this was Sunday or Monday?
I want to say Sunday because it felt like a Sunday, but it might have been Monday. To be honest with you, all those days kind of ran together.
What time of the day was it for you?
It was mid-afternoon maybe, or getting close to evening later. So it might have been whenever you were doing that late shift, I think.
I was going to say that would have been Monday, yeah. I mean, 20 doesn't work great for me here in West Virginia. Like, I don't hardly ever get out with 20. I hate that. When I was in Florida, I stayed on 20 meters. I activated so much on the 20 meters in Florida. And
yeah, it's funny when you go on like the Pota Facebook page and stuff, you can see a lot of you guys back there on the East Coast. When you stick on 40, you can see that like you get to like Texas, and that's about as far, west as you guys get a lot of people get, but there's plenty of hams. There's plenty of hams back there. So it's not like you have struggle getting contacts.
Oh no. I mean, a normal activation is around 50 contacts for me, so, Keith said he has the same problem with the DX Commander and wants to know what you ordered.
I ordered the Palomar Engineers, the Maxi Choke, or one of those. I'll let you know how it works tomorrow. I mean, it's showing up tomorrow. I'm gonna hook it up. I'm gonna check the noise for it before. I'll put it in line, and then I'll hook it back up, and I'll let you know. So
and Mike. KD2SXD said to try 50 foot of coax, which I would say too, because
to be honest with you, I had 50 foot of coax before, and I even like wrapped it up in like the air choke or whatever, and then I even went out there with the air choke and put a big toroid around the outside of it. It still didn't help. So I like I said, I'm not holding out that much hope that this Palomar Engineer is going to do its thing, the choke, but I mean it can't hurt. So
Keith, the ideal is don't order it right now. You let Joseph be the guinea pig, and he'll let us know how it works, and then we'll know whether they get it for you or not.
Because I already spent the money, so let me be the guy. It's one of those things, man. I went on and read the reviews, and a lot of people said it really helped them. So it's like, okay, I'll.
Did you get the kit or just CMC choke?
I just ordered the choke. I have a whole bunch of just the regular ferrites or whatever. Like, I think I ordered. This is the. I ordered this a while ago. These are the ferrites that I have on everything else. So I have these. I've wrapped the toroids on like the power cord, and so I've done a bunch of work trying to drop the noise for it. But like I said, during the day, 40 meters for me is like S7. So most of the time you pop on, you're on 40 meters. It's like there ain't no chance, unfortunately.
Yeah, most of the time, I mean, the 40 meter Slayer. No, that's where I stay. I mean, one of the guys that hunts me named me that because like all the other activators will be on 20 meters, and then all of a sudden you'll see my name pop up with 40 meters. And it's not that I'm that great at 40 meters. It's that's what works for me in West Virginia.
Yeah.
And like I said, when I was in Florida, the month of April, I barely touched 40 meters. I stayed on 20 the whole time. When I go back down there in February for a hamcation, I'll probably be on 20 meters.
Yeah.
But I mean, I might try to find one of the parks that's, really way up there where I'm not down surrounded by mountains and try to do 20 meters to get out for you.
I mean, dude, that's literally the problem with me trying to activate all of the one lake that I can go to that I activated here, Millerton Lake. It's right in the foothills, and then all the other Pota parks are up in the mountains. And it's like anywhere you set up, there's literally mountains right there. And so trying to get a decent takeoff angle, the one time when I activated Millerton Lake, I think I was there for like 4 hours calling CQ and hunting park to parks, and I got like 19 contacts.
Plasma Storm says his noise floor is always S7, S8.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
Keith says he might as well own stock in Palomar.
Yeah, remember HRCC 73. That'll get you 10% off at least. Use Josh's code.
There you go.
I'm not sure if we're supposed to share that, but hey, I'm sure Josh won't mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's not coming out of his pocket for sure. So,
Right.
And one of these companies want to give me a code, I'll gladly run it for them too. But I'm not important like that.
Not yet. You'll get there.
I will. I'm really, the channel's still very new, and I get 40, 50 subscribers, sometimes more a month. I'll take that as long as it keeps growing at that rate. I hope it don't drop below 30 a month, but as long as it keeps going at that way, heck, I'll be tickled to death when I hit 1,000. You got Jason going for 100,000 right now, and I'm like, I want 1,000. But
I think Shane, this side of the radio, I think he's getting close to 1,000. So, and he just started his channel not that long ago, so it's doable. It just takes a little time sometimes.
Yeah, it will, and eventually I'll start getting my stuff like everybody else does, and I can do all the cool reviews that I don't have to pay for.
Right, get people to start sending you stuff.
That's what sucks. Like everything that I review, you can guarantee that I bought myself.
Well, honestly, sometimes hearing the reviews from someone who spent the money on it is a little bit better than hearing it from someone who got given it for free. Because, you got to take everything with a grain of salt, especially nowadays. But I mean, when someone's given a free product, it's like, how likely are they to really talk about the bad stuff? It's like, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, like you say, but you pay for it. So when you pay for it, like I said,
no. I used to do reviews before. After I had my brain cancer, I did another channel, and I'm not even going to bring that channel up no more because I wish I would have never quit that channel. But I actually I did a lot of reviews on that channel, and people actually did send me stuff. And if their stuff was crap, I would say it's crap. Don't worry, I'll send it back to you because I don't want it anyway.
Right.
But if I say I like it, I really like it. It's just like I said, I pulled my mountain bike out for the first time in a while, and it actually has a set of pedals on it that was sent, and I've had them ever since. That I love the things; they're awesome, and I think my review went on his webpage. Because I did a good review on it.
Yeah, flat pedals or SPD or what?
They're flat pedals, but they are made to work like SPDs.
Okay.
You don't use the front part of your foot like you do on regular pedals. You use the center of your foot. They're really, really wide pedals.
Okay.
And basically you're getting the same out of them. He's did so much research on them. Really good guy, and I love him. One of these days when I'm out on my mountain bike and I'm doing a radio show, I'll make sure and show the pedals. Because I really wanted to try it this weekend, but I couldn't get nobody on 2 meter up there at that park. I tried Simplex like all weekend, just randomly, just trying to get anybody. Because I said if I could do that, I would do a QSO on the mountain bike because, hey, that's what I do.
Right there, man. Get that freaking log periodic or get that directional antenna.
Yeah, that's what.
That'll help, at least.
but that's going to be kind of hard on a mountain bike,
I know.
rolling down the road.
Come on, you hold it with one hand, hold the handlebars with the other. Come on.
No, it'll probably mounted on my head or something crazy.
Hey, that one's called the elk antenna. You can make it look like antlers. I mean, come on.
Hey, I've did some crazy. I mean, I did a QSO from a roller coaster. I still want to redo that with a gimbal to where the footage was crap. Like I couldn't even use it. But
just shaky cam.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could imagine.
Oh yeah, totally.
Was on a roller coaster.
When I used to live down in Los Angeles area, I had the season pass to Six Flags, so I feel you. I love roller coasters, so yeah, it's that's got to be interesting. There's a lot going on to try to be on the radio and keep your focus going while you're.
Yeah, it was fun though. That one was at Legoland down in Orlando. I spent 28 days down there. Pretty much most of the time doing parks on the air, but doing a lot of other stuff too. And actually, I hit every single state on the way down there activated. So that's my goal. I'm going to get them all.
Yeah.
I know that's another reason why I'm trying to sort of push the Patreon thing, to where I can get a little. I get 12 miles to the gallon, so
yeah,
it costs me a pretty penny when I go Pota right now, and but I want to go up to Maine and activate Park 0001.
You know what? Ham Radio 2.0 has been talking about that recently because he's been on the same quest, trying to activate a park in every state. And I've heard him bring up K0001 recently, and that'd be a good one to get in the log too. That'd be nice. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. So I mean, that's maybe I should make that one of my goals on Patreon, because you can make goals on there for, if I get so many subscribers, I'm going to Maine.
You just got to say, I want to beat Ham Radio 2.0 to Kilo 0001.
No, that I won't even do that, because he will book his flight tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. I'm kidding. Jason's a cool guy. Cool
enough. I do not have the luxury of YouTube for a living, so it would be nice, I definitely would. I would have a lot more timely goal for the activated all states for sure.
Yeah, that's always the hard part about trying to get out and activate when you got a full-time job. And especially like for me, I mean, I know I've told you enough times, but I have that one park, Millerton Lake, is like maybe 35, 40 minutes away from my house. And then the next one is like another hour past that. So trying to do a couple parks or drive up, it's just there's not a ton around me, unfortunately. California is not big on the state parks thing, at least not where I'm at. So, see, that would be a cool one to have in the log. That would be a really cool one to have in the log.
Yeah, for sure. Keith says I need to get a moped. If you would have seen my vehicle this weekend. Now, mind you, I don't need all the seats that I got, but I have 7 seats, and me going on this trip as a camper, ham radio person, YouTuber, I'm going to mountain bike this weekend. There wasn't no room anywhere in that vehicle.
I feel you. I mean, when I went and did the couple Pota activations I did out in Arizona, I was on the way to visit my dad, and I was just making a week of it because at the time it was the whole, shutdown thing, like what we're kind of going through right now. And my work was giving us extra time off. So I was able to just take a week and just go out there to visit my dad. And I stopped at a couple of lakes on the way there. And just between, like you're saying, camping stuff, radio stuff, for me, I always have my dogs with me, or at least one of my dogs with me. So that, that's another level of complication of just taking their stuff and dealing with them. And like, I can't imagine trying to film that and dealing with all that. And then yeah, I can't imagine. That's a lot. So I give it to all the YouTubers, man. It's a lot. It's a lot to get out there. I mean, playing radio and doing that can be enough, to film it and do all that.
It's not, people are like, oh, well, he just goes out in the park and he sets up a camera and he films while he does photo. No.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to it. I mean, the filming in the park, that's easy. That's busy. Yeah, even though it sucks to pack all the gear and stuff. Covain, no, it's not a van. It's a Nissan Armada. But the filming in the park, that's the easy part. The editing and the setup time, like just setting up this live stream. For example, okay, I go to StreamYard, I start the setup in StreamYard and get it scheduled. Then I have to go over to YouTube, fix all the settings in YouTube, get that done, get all of it finalized. Then I got to take the link and I got to start posting it everywhere. I mean, I literally, because I shouldn't have done the park today, but I'm a Parks on the Air person. I literally was stressing getting it done. That's why the link come out so late. Normally I have it out a couple of days, but I was kind of waiting to see if one of the two guys that's coming up in the next couple of weeks got free tonight before I actually did the link. The thumbnails, all my thumbnails are custom. I do them myself. I can't remember who it was. Somebody actually told me to never stop doing my cartoon thumbnails because they're great and they set me apart. So I'm going to listen to them. And I'm sorry, I don't remember who told me that, but you can aggravate me and I'll give you a shout out later.
I mean, not only that, but even even your little deal in the corner there, that's just cool. I like
that is funny. That is funny because let me see if I can find. Oh, here's an example. Like this is my Pota card. I don't know if it's going to show up really good here or not.
Yeah. Some of it's getting green screened out, but we could see it. Yeah.
Okay, well that's my Pota card. The guy done a really good job on them and everything. And that's his job to do them. He also did my Hamcation cards. But I asked him, I was like, listen, will you design me a logo? I'll pay you. And I told him exactly what I wanted, which is up there in the corner. And he's like, yeah, I'll do it. And I don't know, a couple of weeks goes by. And, I asked him, he's like, no, I haven't got it started on it yet. I will get to it. And finally I got aggravated and I sat down and about 25, 30 minutes later or something, that's what I had. And I was like, I was going to give you $50 to do this and I just did it myself. So
yeah, it looks good. It's definitely unique. It's got your style, like you're saying. Yeah, I'm actually right in the middle of ordering some QSL cards because I haven't had any, and there's a couple like special event stations and stuff that I've made a contact with. Like I don't know if anybody in the chat has, but I got what is it? Whiskey 9 India Mike Sierra, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Club. I was able to contact them during all three of their events that they were having in this year. So I have to send them a QSL card in order to get the certificate. And so it's like, okay, well, I guess I need to order some QSL cards. So I'm actually following HRCC Josh. He mentioned that Amanda from Ham Nation, I think her call sign's Kilo 1 Delta November, I believe. She owns a printing company in Colorado. It's called Peak Printing. And I've actually been going back and forth with her the last couple of days. I sent her a picture and a couple other things about what I do. And she's kind of gone through and designed me up a QSL card. And I've changed a couple things and we've gone back and forth and I'm about ready to order them. So hopefully I haven't gotten that many QSL cards, but I have a small stack of them that I kind of need to get back to people on because, I feel bad that they send me a card. And even One guy even sent me one with the self-addressed stamped envelopes. All I got to do is put my card in it and send it back. And I'm like, man, I feel bad because I haven't done that yet.
Love those guys. Listen, I spend probably I go through about 2 books of stamps a week.
Damn.
But I reply to people when they send them to me, and like I have stack after like. Right now, this is my stack that I still have. This is what I gotta still reply to.
Wow, that's more than I've ever gotten. But I mean, I'm only doing hunting, so there's only a few guys who put QSL cards for that. So
yeah, well, I mean, when I first started. Okay, long story short here. As a kid, I used to love to run to the mailbox and check the mail to get my dad's QSL cards to see where he had talked to and stuff. Loved it. So when I started ham radio, I wanted it to be like that. And everybody's like, well, a lot of people just do it email now and this, that, and the other. And I got so discouraged. Well, when I started hunting Parks on the Air, every time I would hunt an activator, I would send them a card. And most of them would send them back. And I was like, cool. So I started getting them. Well, then I started activating, and it's the same. Everybody does it. Everybody sends an activator cards, and they want one back, and I have no problem giving them back. So
you just open the floodgates, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but I don't care. Just keep them coming. Yes, I got a stack that I got to do. But like I said, two books of stamps a week is my limit. I'm not going over that. I'm not rich, so I gotta have. Anna Mae said it best. Said we all know how expensive amateur radio is. She said YouTubing is the same way, and it is, because I mean people don't take into consideration like StreamYard that I'm streaming on right now. Yes, I could do the free one and have their little symbol up here and not have this. But I like it my way. I like to look professional, and there's $25 a month. My editing software, $55 a month, but that includes my video and my photos for doing my thumbnails and stuff like that. I don't even want to talk about gas to going to the parks.
Seriously.
Here, I'll put it in perspective for you. Me driving to work and back. Let me bring Dwayne on here. Me driving to work and back, I spend $25.
Why am I pink?
And that's if I do nowhere else. What's up, Dwayne?
Why am I pink? Am I pink on the screen?
No. You got a blue background and you look normal.
Okay. My screen will look pink, so.
If I can fix this around where I like it. There we go. That looks better.
Got shuffled around.
What's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Dwayne is Mr. Live Stream with me. He likes to come on for me, and I like it. So, I don't bring on, if I have guests and stuff, I don't really bring people on and stuff like that. But when I'm just talking by myself, I love to bring people on, and I'd love for some more of the viewers to actually come on and stuff. I've been on a dozen live streams with Joseph, so me and Joseph is very familiar with each other. Me and Dwayne's getting very familiar with each other. He's been on. This is your third happy hour live stream with me.
Yeah, because I like to talk, and all these other people I try to get them to get in here, but
it's your fourth, because we did the original talk about the Alaska trip. We did the recap of the Alaska trip, and you came on last week and talked, and then this week. So this is your fourth.
It's just because you can't get anybody else to.
Something like that, right?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Hey, man, I was listening for you guys when you were on your Alaska trip, but unfortunately here in California, I didn't have much luck. So But that was
I'm
awesome.
sorry about that.
It was awesome seeing the pictures and everything that you guys did. I mean, that looked like an amazing trip. So
It was a trip of a lifetime. We had a wonderful time. We're planning on going back mid-June, so you'll get another chance.
nice. Hopefully the bands open up and everything gets to be a little bit better by then.
Yeah, we had some bad luck the last 2 days over there for propagation, but I see KL7EC Outdoor. He's in there. That's Jeremy. He was, we went to meet him. He's the one that took us around everywhere. But they activate all the time up there, and they know what it's like. And we didn't. It was a surprise to us. So
hopefully in June I get that surprise.
Oh, that'd be awesome too. Yeah, you'll definitely be surprised. You'll wonder, you're screaming your lungs out, CQ, nobody's answering.
You'll
Been
like
there.
you'll like the Babcock State Park activation video, Dwayne.
Oh yeah.
Got some good drone footage in there.
Oh, that's good. I was working on editing earlier. That's why I couldn't jump on. I did an activation this afternoon, just a quick one. It was storming here, and I left out and I looked at the radar and I thought, okay, I'm going to be right behind the storm. And then I thought, well, I'll probably get some static crashes. But it quit raining. I set up and I activated for about 45 minutes and made about 80 contacts. So it was a pretty good day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work 45 minutes away, but then I drove another, I don't know, hour to activate a park.
Well, I went to my favorite park today. It's just right down the road. I got a kilo from there already, and it's a good place to activate.
Yeah, definitely. I love going to my local park. I got a kilo there too. And you got the repeat offender at your local park?
Not yet. I tried to go to different parks. Once I got the kilo there, it only took me about 6 times. And I started going out to different parks. But if I just need to do a quick activation or something, I always go there. We take our club guys there. We try to do something on Saturdays for the newer guys in the club or people that just got their license, and we'll kind of get a group together and go set up and kind of get them, used to the radio, and we can do a club activation there while we're there. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah, we got a guy in the, excuse me, guy in the club. He just got his general the last time we tested, and he actually bought a he bought a 991A off of AI4F. I don't know if he's probably worked you before, Dwayne. I'm sure.
Yeah, he did today, I think.
He's a super hunter. Like he will literally go. He'll take his side by side, and he will drive up on top of the mountain and just to get a better signal to where he can hunt.
That's pretty cool.
What's going on?
Hey, there's the man right there.
Oh, but yeah, he'll go up there and hunt. But he got a well. He sold Jason the 991A, and then he got a DX10. So, but
there's Mike. There's Mr. Pota Daddy there. That doesn't even sound. I'm never going to say Pota Daddy again, ever.
Oh, do you even do Pota, bro?
Do you even Pota, bro?
Oh, wait. Here, since Mike is in the chat, I gotta fix this. You guys go ahead and what's going on with you tonight, Plasma?
Not a whole lot. Watching your stream.
I hear you, man.
So I figured I'd jump in here.
You got anything coming up for yourself?
I'm actually going to try to get out and at least, if I can't get to a Pota park, at least get to the local park here and see if I can't get some contacts going.
Real quick, since Mike's in the screen, I want to go full screen there, Mike, and let you see what's going on.
Shots fired.
Pota 1 Kenobi. The Pota Yoda's in the house. Did we lose you, Dwayne?
Uh-oh.
Oh, somehow we lost. There he is. He's back.
Guess
Did did you drop yourself or did I drop you?
I hit the wrong button.
Anyway, Dwayne, you want to tell us about your and Doug's activation?
Oh, well, we just went out and, we took out the hex beam and for 20 meters, and we took the buddy pole dipole for 40. And we went up to one of the parks that he and I both enjoy and had a great time. We activated for, I don't know, a couple of hours and wound up with 157, I think was the total. But it was fun. Had a good time. We got an aeronautical mobile. He was 35,000 feet above Atlanta. That was fun. Worked a lot of guys that we know. Worked Joe Brett, Mr. Mean Mug. We got him in the log. It was just fun. Anytime you go out and activate, it's fun. And Doug loves Pota just like I do, and it's fun to work with somebody who's serious about ham radio like I am. And it was funny because we were passing the mic back and forth, and I would catch myself reaching over to try to grab it before he's even done, because I want to make that contact. And it's fun, and yeah, he's fun. He's a fun guy to work with, and we have a good time when we go out. So it was fun. We put up the video. It's out there. It's on the YouTube channel, so you can watch it whenever you guys want to. But we had a good time.
And I've yet to do a dual activation with somebody else. I've worked with other operators on field day and stuff like that, but I haven't got to do a dual activation. I don't know if you guys heard earlier. I did have my grandson giving out signal reports the other night. That was a lot of fun for me.
Nice.
I haven't got to do the dual activation yet.
Well, I watched Mike and Jason's dual activation, and they kind of did it. I did it a different way than most people you see. They activated for 30 minutes, and the other did for 30 minutes, and they flip flopped, and that was pretty good. If we were going to do that, but I said to myself, no, they just did that. If we do it, it'll be like we're following those guys. No, we're going to do our own thing, And but no, next time I think that's the way we're going to do it, just to kind of have a friendly competition. To see, how many you can work in 30 minutes, and then flip flop back around. That makes it fun, when the element of competition makes anything fun, especially with something that you really like doing.
Right. I mean, I'm all about the competition. If you guys know me at all, I'll compete with anybody about anything. Of course, I'm always picking on Mike and stuff. I want to Pota off with him, and but I mean, I'll compete with anybody. It's like I challenged Dixie to take her test by the end of September, or she had to bring me brownies. Anything that's a competition to me, I'll do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we joke about Mike and the Pota dat. I thought I'd never say it again. The Pota, Mr. Papa Pota, I think what he calls himself. But we joke around about him. In all seriousness, he was one of the first guys that I started watching about Parks in the Air. And I if you watch when he talks his head, he loves for us to talk about him because he knows. But and I try not to. But he really did get a lot of people started in Parks in the Air. And you can go back and look at his videos and all the gear that he takes for Parks in the Air. And people started buying that gear and. He kind of set the standard for a lot of people, and that's a good thing. I mean, that's not a bad thing at all. It's a joke. We joke about it, and kid with him because that's what he does. He likes the kid, but in all seriousness, it's good that he done that. He's got a lot of people into it.
Yeah,
of course.
I was gonna say that's what got me going, watching his videos and him getting all excited about making the contacts, and his excitement and his just enthusiasm for it and everything was contagious.
Definitely.
I love watching his videos when people recognize him.
Yeah.
I think they get more excited than he does.
But it happens to him a lot more than it happens to me because he's been doing this a long time. I know if somebody actually tells me they love my videos or something when I'm activating, it just goes all through me. I'm still in that new stage, but Mike's been doing it for a long time, and he's a true professional. And at 4-minute activation, that's fast, boys.
Definitely. The next time I'm on the stream, I'm gonna have it right next to me, so if he pops in, I can pull it up and hold it. I've got a J200 guitar, and I want to ask Mike. I know you might can Pota, but what can you do with this, bro? I know he plays guitar, so I want to see what he can do with a J200.
I've got a 12-string.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I for whatever reason from California here, I have a pipeline into Texas. I think I just checked my stuff. I got 47 parks in Texas that that I've contacted, but never when KMRD is on the air. or Jason Ham Radio 2.0. I mean, I get a bunch of the other guys that are common activators from there. Like I said, I got 47 parks, but I've contacted Mike one time, and that was when he was on his way back from Huntsville. He was in Arkansas, I think, which was pretty sweet for me because I needed Arkansas as one of my worked all states. So got me one state closer. So I have to say thank you, Mike, for that. That was awesome. And
he's gonna call me to call in sick one day, because every time I see them out spotted, it's during the day when I'm at work. I'm just gonna start coughing or something and go home just to get the contact.
Well, I see him spotted quite a bit, but he's normally on 20, and like I said, 20 in West Virginia is just crap. So I've tried to work him a few times. Hopefully that antenna that I said I'm going to review will change that, because it's specifically for 20 meters. So maybe it'll help me out a little bit for 20.
Yeah, like I said, my propagation's weird because it's like most of the time, I don't know if you guys hunt Pota, you probably have heard there's like KA5CRL, and then there's KI5 Oscar Lima Victor. There's a couple of guys that they activate all the time down there, and it's one of those things to where if I see them on the spotting page, I'm like, oh yeah, I can hear them. But then of course it's like when there's Ham Radio 2.0 or any of these other guys, I'm like, oh, they're in Texas, I should be able to. No. Like,
now I've worked Ham Radio 2.0, but I got him when he was up north of me when he was on his road trip. So I haven't got him when he's from Texas, but I do get a lot of Texas parks.
Well, Sunday we pointed the beam, from Georgia. We pointed it due west, and we worked every Texas station I think there was, except for Jason and Mike.
Yeah,
it was just every call was Texas, 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 Texas. It was fun. It was fun.
Mike says just to get an in-fed half-wave, guys. He said that's the secret.
They work.
Hey, my DX Commander does decent, but apparently not for them.
So,
go ahead.
Plasma. What's your big passion with the radios? We're all Pota guys big time, but what really makes you tick?
I'm more into the building the antennas and just trying new things.
Right. Wow. Well, tell us a little bit about your favorite build.
Right now, I don't have a favorite because I haven't really been able to use any of them. I live on the 5th floor of a high-rise building, and my noise floor is so bad, I can't hear anything at any time of the day. So I've got to be able to get out and away from the building. Yeah, well, unfortunately, I'm disabled, so I have a hard time putting those up. But I do have a Wolf River coil that I got from Ham Radio Dude, and so I'm going to try that and see how that works.
They're good antennas. They're good.
Yeah.
I use one.
Mm-hmm.
I use my Eagle One most of the time, but I always have a Wolf River coils in my car, just for situations where I need it. Because it happens,
As I say, my 2 activations I did in Arizona were on a Wolf River coil, and I was able to hit Alaska. I got
nice.
What's his name? November 7. Oh man, I forget his call sign, but he's a pretty big hunter. But it's one of those things where I can hear the guy all the time. But yeah, it's getting Alaska or something when you're down there was pretty sweet on the activation. So
Well, actually, when I was in Florida, all of my activations was on the Wolf River coils. 19 activations in Florida, and then I mean I've used it several times more than that, but all of them in Florida was on the Wolf River coils.
Well, I'll tell you how bad my noise floor is. I can't even do FT8.
Jeez.
I can't hear anything at all. It comes up a blank screen every time I try. So, yeah, I have a really horrible noise floor here. Well, one of the things is every single one of the lights in the hallways here are all LED. And there's so much RF just coming from the hallway. I can take my Baofeng and walk to the door, and it gets so much static by the time I get to the door. It's nonstop.
Mike, what part of Florida are you in? Somebody in the chat was talking about from being from Florida.
Now I have to look to go see who it was that I contacted, because I had one of those things. You remember how you can hear someone's call sign all the time, and then all of a sudden, like lately, I haven't heard him. But I'm trying to think.
He's in Jacksonville.
Really, Mike? That's where I am.
Jacksonville's my favorite place to go.
I activated a couple parks just south of there, down in St. Augustine, when I was down there.
Nice.
Some really, I did daggone Anastasia Island, and I don't know. There's 2 or 3 of them I did. Anastasia Island I really enjoyed though. Any kind of island, I was loving down there because I was just getting crazy out good, with all the salt water around me and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of Pota parks. Yeah, Amelia Island is just north of me.
Yeah, I wish I'd have took my radio. We had a very nice place there, and it would have been nice to be able to activate from there. I took my drone, and I lifted it up one time and saw the helicopter just go over, and I thought, well, I better just put this thing right back up.
All right. November Lima 7 Victor. That's the guy who got me on my Pota activation.
Yeah, that's a big gun up there.
Now, I was going to say, I hear him quite a bit on most of this West Coast stuff, at least. When I'm trying to talk to people, I hear him. He always blows me out of the water when I'm trying to throw my call sign out there. 100
he's a big guy.
Ain't got nothing for whatever he's got set up.
Plasma, are you a No Fares member?
Yes, I am.
There you go, Mike. Yes, he is.
All right, I'm curious. What's that?
No Fares, North Florida area, or a North Florida amateur radio.
Oh, okay.
No, they're doing a. Go ahead.
There's 3 main groups here in the area. There's the Beaches, there's North Florida, and then there's Warren. And Warren is another club, but Warren and No Fares are kind of the same.
Are they the ones that have that linked repeater system that goes all the way up and down Florida that I think it's Ham Radio Concepts was talking about?
That's actually state. That's okay. For the emergency relay.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that's one. If you actually read about those repeaters, they ask you to, if you're going to use them, make it short because everybody in the state can hear you. It's not one that they encourage people to have rag shoes on.
Yeah, no rag shoes on that guy. Gotcha.
No. Yeah, Sarnet. That's what it is.
That's Sarnet. Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. I couldn't remember the name of it.
So in other news today with Ham Radio, I saw the stream where Chris from Buddy Pole, which everybody knows I love Buddy Pole stuff, but he went ahead and announced that he's going to be shipping the Buddy Stick Pros. He's going to try to update the website so you can order it off the website tonight or tomorrow. Also, he is going to put an update about the Buddy Hex on there, letting everybody know when that's going to be available to ship, full steam. So that was pretty cool because that's a pretty good antenna. A lot of people's been using it so far, and you can call them up or email them and get on the list, and you can get the antenna now. I heard you guys earlier. I was trying to transition from my office where I do my editing and stuff in here to the laptop, so I could get on with you guys talking about the free products and things like that. I did the review of the Hex Beam, and I did the review of a Buddy Stick. Yeah, and I didn't really do a review. We did. Me and Doug did the video, if you guys hadn't saw it on the channel, about how to put together the Hex Beam. And then I did one on just how to put together the Buddy Stick. It wasn't really a full review. It wasn't a here's how you do this, how you do that. It's just here's the product, here's what it looks like, you know. And of course, I put it on QRZ for the first time I'd put videos on there. Boy, I got a lashing for days, and that's okay. That's I got thick skin; those guys don't bother me. But
Hey,
I got a lashing over the Buddy Stick video, big time. But
I was gonna say the QR zombies are relentless, man. They're relentless, I should say.
It was rough. It was my first time posting a video, and it's okay. It won't be my last for sure now. But so I just went through the thread, and it was page after page after page of just off-topic nonsense. Really, is all it was. And so I went through the guys that actually had questions, and I ignored the ones that were just being trying to be a pain. But I know there's guys that get stuff for free, and I mean that's how the world works. That's how the marketing works. That's just how it works. I mean, if you got, I'm not picking on anybody or talking about anybody in particular, but if you got, tens of thousands of subscribers, then chances are you're going to get a product that, because it gets in front of more people. But I pay for all the stuff that I review. It comes out of my pocket, and so I, when I put it was like the Buddy Stick Pro. I've used it for a long time, and I've got a kilo from the park I was at today using that antenna. I know that antenna works, and it's a. I don't work for Buddy Polo. I don't get anything for free from Chris, but he's a great guy, and that's the reason that I, like I said, I don't mind taking a beating in those forums because I believe in the product, even though I don't get a dime off of it. I wish I did. Because I've influenced a lot of people to buy one, and they love it too. I wish I did get a percentage of that. That'd be nice. I'd just put it back into buying more parts. but anyway, I put out the video because I like the stuff, and I use it. I use it every day, just like the Hex Beam. You can't just go throw that up for a 30-minute activation, but it's going to work for our club. We're going to use it every time we have club activations. We're going to use it for field day. We're going to use it for QSO parties and the winter field day and summer field day. And then when I go and activate during the day, if I'm going to be there all day, chances are I'm going to put the thing up. That's what it's for. And me and Doug used it Sunday, and we liked it. I mean, we can put it together now in about 17 minutes, which is really no time when you're looking at deploying an antenna. So you don't have to tune it. You just put the wires on it, and you put the mast up and put the antenna together. So it's easy.
Mike, you're right. And that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's what I was laughing at.
Someone referred to them as a knitting circle yesterday, and that just had me laughing.
That's a good analogy.
A knitting circle. That was awesome.
I mean, dude, anything that gets posted, there's always something negative or something to say. And I just, I can kind of understand it to a little bit. I mean, little itty bitty point, but let's be honest. I mean, there's enough stuff in ham radio. There's enough different opinions. There's enough different equipment. People like to do things differently. To hear someone's opinion on something. I mean, there's no need to go post some negative stuff on every single thing that gets posted.
I mean, I don't go into their nets and fuss about their colonoscopies and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, I guess the thing is I've got a very, very small YouTube channel. I'm just look. I'm thinking, hey, I've got 250 people. All right, subscribers, and these guys got thousands. And I guess it gave me a new respect for people like 2.0, who does put out a lot of content. He's going to make a mistake. There's going to be times he's going to put something out that may not necessarily be correct. And there's going to be somebody that calls him out, but you can do that in a way to not just be stupid about it. like he did a video on the Buddy Stick Pro, and he made a mistake and called the shock cord legs radials. Well, I just made a reply, hey man, those are not radials, they're fiberglass or whatever, And then he put out his other video and he fixed that. It was no big deal. I didn't go on a thread and make 15 posts and call him names and how he's, it was just ridiculous. It was really ridiculous, and that was my first experience of that. And it's okay, but I thought it was just, I don't know. Definitely not in the spirit of ham radio. We all experiment, we all do new things, and we're gonna mess up. It's gonna be stupid stuff. We're gonna like I asked Mike in a question in one of his videos, and I noticed he responded today, and when I read his response, I thought he must think I'm an idiot, because of what I asked, but I didn't explain, what I meant. But when I read his response, I just thought he must think I'm, a complete idiot from what I asked, but he didn't say that. We didn't go back and forth and bash each other about it. It was just he answered the question, kind of like, well, no, not really how it works, and let that be it. He could have said it a lot harsher, but he didn't. And that's just, if we could all be that way, I think it would work out better.
Yeah, I mean, the negative thing, I mean, it's hard enough to get people into ham radio in general. So to just have people that are just negative all the time is just not any good.
Right.
And then secondly, I don't know why, but I was not subscribed to your channel, Dwayne, and I just went and subscribed. So anybody else in the chat, if you're not subscribed, go subscribe to these guys. Support all the ham radio channels you can, man. It doesn't cost you anything at all. And, these guys are out there putting their heart into it. So, myself, I'm afraid of being in front of camera. I don't even know why I'm on here right now, to be honest with you guys. I mean, the fact that it's a live stream and there's no editing and I don't have to watch myself is probably the only reason why I'm actually on here. But these guys that edit their videos, they go through all the hassle. Just try to subscribe. I mean, like I said, it costs you nothing. Just subscribe. Try to watch their videos, and just try to learn a little bit. And don't be that guy. Just don't be that guy. Try not to be that negative guy. That's all I'm going to say. I'll get off my soapbox.
Well, what I try to do is show the fun side of radio. I don't do a lot of reviews. I've had those two products, so I made a video on them because they were coming out. They were going to be popular, and I knew they would be. And I wanted people to see, hey, look, it's a simple product. Here's what it is, And but most of my videos are parks and air activations, and there's a few gear reviews I'll be doing in the future. But I'm not doing the same thing these guys do. They already have that market. They have that whole deal. I can't go back and recreate what they've done. I don't want to. I watch what they did. That's enough for me, and that's enough for everybody else. I just want to have fun and film. And if people like what I film, that's great. If they don't, that's okay too. I've had some trollers on my YouTube videos already, and that's okay too. It's just people, I guess, entertain themselves in different ways. But I appreciate the subscription, and hopefully the content on there is something you'll like. I got a video going to come out the next day or two. I filmed today, the activation I did today. So I'll try to film all the activations because I like watching those videos, and I hope other people do too.
Like Smoking Egg told me, when you start getting those trolls, you're doing something right.
That's probably true, I guess. Probably true.
He gets so many trolls, it's not even funny.
Amateur radio on the air. Amateur radio on the air said the only stupid questions is the ones that's not asked. I agree with that. And also shout out to 22 Mile Prepper for his $5 tip jar contribution. Appreciate that very much.
Good job, thanks.
But yeah, I agree. And my favorite comment is on any of my videos is I had a guy come on there one time, and you know how we got the little 20-some second clock before we start our show and stuff. He came on there and he's like, "Thanks for wasting my time with this stupid clock."
I saw that.
He said,
22 seconds I'll never get back.
He said, "I didn't even watch the video after this, and I'll never come back to watch another one." And I'm like, dude, if you can't wait 22 seconds to watch my video, you're probably not interested in my video anyway.
Right.
See, I had a guy that came on one of my I have a bad habit of saying "we" in my videos, and because I'm engaging, whoever's watching. I'm like, hey, this guy said, "You keep saying we. Who's with you? Is there somebody there? Is there another ham there? You keep saying we. Why do you keep saying we?" And I'm like, dude, what? Why would you? I mean, who wastes time posting that on a video?
I say we. I say our. Like R as in a group. That's because every one of you guys that watch my videos and stuff, you're my family. So it is we. This is our happy hour. That's why I have the happy hours where I let people come on. I like to have our guests, but sometimes I just like to sit and chill and see how everybody's doing. So I mean, yeah.
I just don't understand how by saying we're at park, kilo 2187, and that just bothers someone. I don't understand that. I don't get that.
They're looking for something to complain about. They would have found something else if it wasn't that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I got to admit, and I'm kind of ashamed to, but I was that guy to Mike one time on one of his videos, and Mike handled me very well, actually, and he earned a lot more respect from the way he handled my being that guy, and that was the last time I ever done that, because I realized that, hey, that's you can deal with things a lot different, and he just basically said, hey man, see ya. I don't okay, if you don't like it, bye. And I was like, dang, that's probably what I'd have said. All right, he's okay.
Yeah, Keith's got a good point. He said, more to the point, you don't want folks like that watching your videos. Because they're the ones that are going to continue to make those comments and make angry comments, and they'll end up actually pushing away your regular viewers because they'll get sick and tired of seeing those comments.
Typically, if I get one like that, I reply nicely to him. I told the guy, I was like, well, sorry, I wasted your time. Blah, 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 blah. But, then I delete his comment because it's just retarded. I don't want to see it. Nobody else wants to see it.
Right. And I did. I went back and forth with this guy 2 or 3 times trying to explain, look, I say we because I'm engaging the watcher. Whoever's watching the video, we're here at this park because if you're watching it, you are too. Yeah. But he didn't, he just kept on. So I did, just remove him. It's the only thing you can do. I don't like doing that. I want people to be there, but, if you're just there to cause trouble, you don't need to be there.
Yeah, it don't matter. My viewers, they're my family, the way I look at it. And, if it's actually constructive criticism, I'm all good for it. But saying something like, I wasted your time because I put a 22-second clock up. I just found that hilarious.
It should have just been 10. He'd have been okay.
That's what it was.
No, then he would have complained about wasting 10 seconds of his life.
But yeah. He actually doesn't realize it's actually a 30-second clock. It just takes me that long to hit the live button after I hit it.
Got a little delay on that trigger finger.
Well, no, on StreamYard you gotta hit start broadcast, and then it brings up another little box where you gotta hit start broadcast again. So it.
See that's the YouTuber stuff that I don't know. I just show up and pester you guys on stream like this. So, I don't know.
So Joseph, I heard you say earlier you had 3 activations.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So when you plan on doing the next one? I'm putting you right on the spot.
Well, right now it's been 105 here lately. So going out to the park after work is kind of not. Yeah,
I understand.
This guy talking, I feel
little fiddle.
And it is kind of a crappy excuse, to be honest with you. So realistically, where I'm at, I'm in Fresno, California. And I have one park that's like 40 minutes away, and then everything else is like way up in the mountains. That's like an hour.
Well, I can understand that thing. Yeah, that makes sense.
It just, if we had something in town or like one of our big parks was a Pota park, I'd be there all the time. But it's just that like to get here, like I work till 4:30, and so by the time I load up, get to the park and stuff, especially this time of year, there'd only be a couple hours. It's just like and it's still hot as heck. So it's a bad excuse, but it's my excuse for now. Once the weather cools down a little bit, I'm going to be out there more and more.
Oh, that was part of my summer problem. I would only get an activation every couple of weeks because you'd go out there and be wringing wet before you even got started, and it was just a miserable time. And you can't have fun if you're miserable. And so I get it. It makes sense. Hopefully, when the weather cools down a little bit, you can get out and see. I don't have that problem with driving. I have a park 10 minutes from here, and within a 30-minute drive, I can get to 6 different parks. So that's.
Oh man,
I guess I'm lucky for that, but
yeah, that would be awesome. There's a guy I talk to all the time from British Columbia. It's Victor Alpha 7 Juliet Sierra Foxtrot. I can hear him say his call sign in my head just because I talked to him so many freaking times. But I went, and one time I just like, oh, where's this park at where he's looking at? And I clicked, and there's like 20 parks like all within this little tiny area. And I'm like, dude, California really was dragging ass when they came up with all this stuff because everything's county parks or this or that. Like there's no state parks. So like the Pota parks that, like I said, there's one, and it's up in the foothills. And so it's just, I really wish that some of our local parks here would have been Pota parks because I would be there all the time. I mean, I go to a local park and activate with my, I got a Lab 599 TX500 for my little QRP.
Oh yeah.
So I got that thing. So I take that thing out to the park quite a bit. So,
Yeah, I've been watching some reviews on that. I think that's a nice radio.
Yeah, dude, I love it. Well, I'm also a CNC machinist. So the fact that it's like a CNC machine case kind of like, it hit the buttons for me. Everybody and their brother talks about the 705, and the 705 does way more stuff than this radio does. But there's something about, in my heart, the CNC part of it, and knowing that, someone made that, knowing the work that went into it, there's something about that just, it puts it another level above. And then, I sent an email off to K6ARK, and he sent me, one of his kits a kit to put together. I actually technically have 2 of them. But
yeah, that's nice the way those balance are made, or those what are they? Transformers, not balance, but transformers.
Yeah. I mean, the little surface.
I watched the video on him doing those and cutting the little area to get down in the solder. I'm like, nah, that's it.
It's different. It's different.
Lost me there.
Yeah, no. The kit that he came up with, he actually came up with a printed circuit board that goes on there. Granted, you still have to mount this little surface-mounted capacitor that's like a grain of rice, like it's really tiny. But you don't have to do all that stuff with the Dremel. It's got its own specific, like, I don't know if I can hold it close enough, but can you see how that guy, maybe, you see how it's got like the post sticking up?
Yeah.
And those mount to those mount to that PCB. So you don't have to do any of that hacking with the Dremel and stuff like he did in his original video.
Yeah, that's the one I saw.
Yeah, so the kit's much easier. If you, like, granted, it's for QRP, so if you run QRP, it works. So I mean, I recommend it. It was a very big challenge for me because the only other antenna I've ever put up or set up or done anything with is really my DX Commander. Everything else I've just bought. So moving to that, it was like a huge challenge. But I kind of have one of those things now to where I'm like, nah, anything else has got to be easy because this was.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That was a challenge.
Well, when I got my General, that's what I did. I just wanted to. I had a really good Elmer, he K4DK here locally, and he sat me down and said, "Look, you're going to want to go out and you're going to want to spend all this money, and and granted, you can have all kinds of radios. The antenna is the job maker. It's not the radio, it's the antenna." And he said, "You're going to want to go buy every antenna that someone shows you." He said, "My challenge is for you to learn how to make your own. And if you can make your own and make it work, then, you know what you're going to buy. You'll know what to not buy and, what to buy." Well, it kind of hit home with me, and I started making dipoles. Of course, that's what everybody starts out with. And, and it's first time you make a dipole, string it up in a tree and make a DX contact, you're like, wow, magic, Well, then I made a hex beam, and I used it for a year or two before I made it with a wood base and PVC. And so it lasted about a year or two before the elements got to it. And so and it worked well. It was a hex beam and it worked well. And so I went ahead and got the parts to make the commercial version, and that's what I use. I have one now, but that was an antenna. That was a hard antenna to make, and it was a big antenna, and it was fun. And I wound up making 4 of them. Some of the guys locally all bought parts, and I went and showed them how to put them together and make the elements and tune them and things like that. And we put them all up, and we had everybody here running hex beams here locally. It was fun.
All right, guys, a couple of things real quick because we're going on like an hour and 35 minutes, way over when we normally stop. But the coach in me, Joseph, the coach in me, I always would be on my students and tell them, no excuses, no excuses, no excuses. They would give me this reason why they couldn't practice, and I'd tell them about the time that I raced a Spartan race and there was a guy racing there with no legs. And that's a true story. He had no legs, and he was literally going on his arms, and he did that whole Spartan course. But 105 degrees, Keith has your answer. You can sit in your car with the air conditioner running and activate a park. It's not as fun.
Well.
It's not as fun, but you can do it. Other than that,
and honestly, I actually got a couple of ham sticks at a state sale, along with a whole bunch of other equipment that I got laying around here now. But I know I need to get a one of those little tri-magnet mounts and just throw that on the truck and do that. Honestly, though, not this coming weekend. The weekend following, I'm helping a buddy move from Los Angeles out to Lake Havasu, and he's like right around the corner from Lake Havasu State Park. So I will be doing a Pota, like I said, not this weekend, but next weekend. Maybe this weekend, since you guys are poking and prodding at me a little bit. Maybe I'll get out there.
That'll be awesome. That'll be awesome.
That way I don't feel so lazy. But 100% next weekend. I even told my buddy, I'm like, bro, I'm bringing my radio. You're going to have to leave me alone for like a couple hours maybe so I can go down there and play radio. And he was just like, cool. I mean, he's got to.
No, you need to take him with you. You need to take him with you. Show it to him. Introduce him to it.
I'll try what I can. He's and honestly, he's actually one of the guys who actually kind of pointed me towards ham radio because he was in Boy Scouts, and so one of his scout leaders was a ham. So he was the one that kind of told me like, hey, if you're looking into doing this and that, you might want to look into ham radio. So. I don't think it'd be that hard to kind of get him in that direction. So yeah, no, that's good. That's a good point. So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna be packing up the 7300 and just being that guy and not being overly cautious with it and just get out there and play radio.
I'll tell you a story. You mentioned Boy Scout. It won't take but a second. This past field day, our club, we had this big plan. We had all these things put together. We were ready to go, and we showed up and. What you got
for a 7300?
Hey, is that the?
Yeah, definitely.
Is that the Apache? Is that the 3800 or the 48?
The bigger one.
It's the 48.
48. Okay, I thought that.
Yeah,
okay.
Doug used to carry his 7300 in one of those. It works great. But field day, it was hot. I mean, it was miserable field day where we were, and. I was aggravated, and all of a sudden this leader came up, troop leader came up with he's 2 twin Girl Scouts. They were probably 10 or 11 years old, maybe. And there's a picture I put up on the ham radio thing, and I think I put it in Pota, but they came over and they sat down and started asking questions. So I slid them both over, and before long I had them both making contacts. And of course they had to have their little pen and paper, and they wrote down the call sign and the location of all the people they talked to. And that was just, those 3 or 4 contacts was the best ever, and someone made a picture of me sitting there with them and showing them the things about the radio. And that was probably the most memorable ham radio thing I've had in forever, I guess. I mean, that was just the pinnacle of being able to introduce someone like that to the radio and watch them be excited about it. I mean, that was the thing. They really were excited, and they took the paper over to their parents. It was like, look at who we talked to. It was Connecticut, and it was a couple northern states, and they were just excited, and that was awesome, and that made field day worthwhile, even in the hot, even in the miserable heat. It was still fun.
Absolutely. I love getting new people on the air. I got a Pota sign that's got the big symbol and got my call sign, and pretty much tells people, come on over. And I got the Big Eagle 1, 33 foot in the air, so it gets the attention, and people will come over, and sometimes you can get them interested. We actually got a club member just by me being in the park with the Eagle 1 day, and he had to stop and see what was going on, and he started, and he's studying for his test. So
that's awesome. Anime mentioned this weekend. When me and Doug was out, we made contact with a guy, and he had just gotten a new radio, or an Icom 706, I believe it was, and he said it was in his closet, and he had not been on the radio, and I think it was 20 something years, and this was his first time back on the radio. Well, he had a son that had just gotten his general ticket, and he put him on the radio, and he made his first HF contact with us. And so I thought that was pretty awesome that he made his first HF contact with some guys doing Pota. So obviously I took the opportunity to say, look, your dad has the perfect radio. The 706 is a mobile HF. I said, your dad's got the perfect radio to take out into the park and do what we do, and I hope he thinks about that and has as much fun as we do.
There you go, guys.
Nice
the
truck.
buddy stick. The buddy stick is officially online, and you can order it. So get out there.
That's awesome.
Get you a Buddy Stick Pro. But all right, we're gonna start with plasma. You got what do you got coming up on your channel?
Right now, nothing. I've been doing a lot of VE stuff during the day, so I haven't had a lot of time to get out and do any filming. So a lot of new hams out there, though.
Excellent. That's good to hear. Dwayne, what do you got coming up?
Well, I'll drop the Pota video from today. Just some more Pota videos. And that's pretty much all I've got going on. We do have a club meeting every third Tuesday here locally. I'm a session manager of the contact VE for W5YI, so we do testing just about every month. In the past year, even starting right before the pandemic hit, we've tested about 30 people in my small town, so that's a lot. We did a ham technician class. I taught it right before the pandemic, and during the beginning of the pandemic, we had almost 30 people in that class. They would come once a week for a month, and on the last week we gave the test, and all but a couple passed, and the two that failed, they were children that was made to come, or teenagers that was made to come with their grandma, and they didn't care about it. She wouldn't leave them at home, so she made them come. So they just, they bombed the test because they didn't care. But their grandmother passed, and they were the only two that didn't. So we had a good session there. So it was fun, and so we got some testing coming up too. I knew Plasma said he was a VE, so that's awesome too. And anybody in your area, I ask anybody, if you're an extra, contact your VE team. They probably can use you, especially if you're in a small town. A lot of times I hear classes that, I see yours there. I can't read that. What are you? Or is it Glarg or
Glarg?
Yeah.
A lot of people.
I know that on site. I'm
we
actually Glarg and Anchorage both.
So we do W5YI and ARRL here, and I'd never heard of that until I saw Mike and them talking about it one day, that they were could give a test to Dixie, and so I started researching it. But yeah, if you live in a small town, find out who your VEs are, even if you're not part of a group, and see if you can volunteer, because they need them. I'm sure they do. We do. We had a testing session one time. We didn't have enough people to be there. I had to have 3, and so volunteer, get new people in the hobby. That's what it's all about.
Well, here's one good thing about being a VE is, even if your group isn't in the town there, they could probably use you, because they do have a reciprocal, or they can get you instantly licensed because you're already licensed or accredited through another VE.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're short and they really need you, they could probably get you in right away.
All right, Joseph, what you got coming up, man? A Pota this weekend, right?
Hopefully. All right.
We're all going to be
see.
watching for that.
I know. Now that you guys have peer pressured me into it, we'll see. I can hopefully bear the weather. It's supposed to only be in the upper 90s by this weekend, so hopefully it won't be too bad. The problem is I always try to get out there early, and early over here doesn't really work. Like I said, for most of the bands, they don't seem to 40 doesn't seem to open up till later, but we'll see. I'll get out there. I also need to pay for the yearly pass because the $10 every time I go over there is starting to get a little old. So got to do that. But yeah, so I got to pay for the California Parks Pass and then the National Parks Pass probably soon after that. But it's another thing to spend money on for the hobby. But yeah, just honestly, I'll be hunting Pota, and that's kind of that. I mean, don't really have much going on. Like I said, I don't really like filming myself because, well, most of the time, to be honest with you guys, most of the time when I go out, I take one of my dogs with me because a lot of the stuff I do, I go on hikes up in the Sierra Nevada mountains, which right now is closed because of the fire stuff. So we can't really go up there right now. So the one Pota park that I have done, I can go to. So we'll see if I can make it over there and get up there. Yeah, I don't have a YouTube channel. My name in the chat, as you could probably see somewhere through there, is just my name. I don't have anything. I don't really like editing videos and watching myself. I'm one of those people where I'm my own worst enemy as far as that goes. I think everything I say is ridiculous. So
everybody who wants to subscribe to Joseph, go out and find somebody else to subscribe to me, and he'll take it.
These two, man, I'm terrible at this. Those two. Well, Ham Radio Adventure
Absolutely.
Guy. Subscribe to that guy, and then subscribe to Dwayne. Subscribe to these guys, and just support anybody you can who's doing ham radio stuff because it's all good. I mean,
and for you crazy people who's hung out with us for an hour and 46 minutes, if you really can't get enough of me, check out the Patreon. I do daily updates. There's video footage on there that's not on YouTube. Full activations, including me messing up. So check it out if you're interested. And everybody, we will catch you next week. I got a lot of videos that I'm going to be editing and putting out as well. But 73, everybody.
73.
73. See you guys.